Hey guys, and welcome back to my City Builders channel here on YouTube. I'm Ben, and today I'm back in my city of Springvalley. Just want to give you a quick recap of what I did in episode 7. I want to keep it as short and as simple as possible. So what I did here is setting up a new zone for my university. So that's the first thing. The other thing is I extended my residential zones here. I extended, as you can see, also my commercial zone here, and I have finally started adding in my first high-rise residential zones. Besides that, I extended my forest industry and put in a couple of additional city services like a second and a third cemetery for my deceased citizens, unfortunately. And for this episode, I have a clear goal of adding a new park here, because this will be pretty much in the center of the square, and I also want to make sure that I'm just searching for it, extending that road into a 4-lane road, because I might want to lead that down here at a slightly later stage and also have one connection that leads more up to here. So yeah, just to pre-plan ahead, I'm going to do that most likely now, do not forget about it. So I will have to upgrade a couple of things here and lose, of course, a few citizens and residentials and offices and whatnot. But besides that, I should be quite good, I think. I also want to extend this to up here. They could potentially meet at that corner. I know that this corner is not ideal for any like heavier or traffic, high traffic volume. Well, that's not good. And that's done now. Just making sure that I'm not missing out on anything here. And besides the fact that I need more residentials here, I will also start laying out this park here in just a little bit, but right now I'm trying to figure out how to divide this grid up into smaller cells. So maybe I could even extend my college area even further out there, because I currently think that saving up this space or using that space for residentials, that's not really important, at least not for now. And there's one other thing I also want to do. First, I'm doing this here. And let's add in a small commercial area here. And another. Yeah, let's wait and see. I made a minor mistake last time just out of excitement, and this was like adding in high rises here, and I figured when I edited my last video that I originally intended to have only high-rise in the second row, but not in the first row close to the river, because I want to have low-rise residential buildings close by the river, while high-rise should be, or the high-rise buildings should be located closer to the commercial sector. So that's one change that I'm putting in now. I'm also removing and therefore losing a few businesses here. But I want to make sure that I'm not missing out on any opportunities to keep kind of a consistency here. And probably one pedestrian walkway should be good. And in any regular case, I'm extending this, but it's not sticking to the ground level. Yeah, it is sticking to the ground level, but that doesn't look that nice either. Probably I have to connect it just up to my road network here. But why is it's pedestrian only, but why is there a crossing? Doesn't make any sense. Maybe for city services? No, I think I'm using a different, it's a street. I don't want to have a street, so I'm using a park. Path that you would usually find in a park, because that's way more beautiful and does make way more sense, because I'm not wasting any resources, whatever, here. And I could also have one pathway separating here the residential from the commercial zone. Yeah, I think that should be good, because that connects right up to the playground. And again, I would love to have the same thing here. Maybe this here. That should go straight through that area and connect up to this road, that road. So yeah, I would say that's good for now, and I'll just let the game run a little bit to see how things are evolving here in that newly planned area. But I think everything should be fine, so those buildings are kind of removing themselves, and they are being rebuilt with the respective and expected buildings anyway over time, so nothing I have to worry about right now. So now let's dive deeper into the park area. I want to set up a park area here. And this will be quite huge, to be frank. But Foggy Garden, I love that name. Foggy Garden will be one of the central, maybe even a tourist attraction at a later point. But one of the central areas in my city. So I want to make sure that this is a good place to be. And while I'm planning this park, I will again speed things up for you, just to make sure that you're not getting bored in any kind of way. So I'll be back for you in a little while. So Foggy Garden is established, which is a nice thing here. And again, let's watch it closely, how soon any citizens will use that park. But I think it will be highly attractive to a lot of people. Well, currently it isn't, but I think, yeah, they're already the first ones entering the park. Foggy Gardens, so I think this is a good step forward. And I think it should also complement the college area, the university area here pretty well. And something I just realized is that I haven't laid out water lines here. That's something I have to improve here. Get water in a second, and their needs should be fulfilled pretty well. So there are a couple of commercial buildings probably being replaced due to, oh, what's the reason it's abandoned? Because, yeah, probably because not enough educated workers. So I have to invest, or I want to invest in the further development of my education here. First, I'm just doing something that I needed to do anyway. I wanted to extend this grid here. Okay, I don't like that. Yeah, I'll wait and see what happens here. For now, I'm going to place down a few more roads here. Don't want to add in too many of those, because I think it will be essential later to have a well working and established collector road here through my town. So that should be good. yeah, obviously I also need here and there connection downwards to the road that's closer to the riverbanks. And I'm closing that up too here. So that it fits in nicely. And now I'm not forgetting about setting up the water connection right away. For me, it's always important, and I think I mentioned that in one of my first episodes, probably in the first one, of playing in Springvalley here in Cities Skylines, is that I usually tend to lay out my water network below any existing roads, because I think from a realistic standpoint it's the most natural thing to do, or the most natural rule to follow here, because cities, towns, whatnot, they would usually do that because obviously they don't want to have any struggles with maintaining their water connection or water network if it ever comes to any kind of problem, which is the reason why I think it's essential to stick to that plan and to probably follow that rule as well. So I'm deleting now here a few water network lines that were introduced when I had my original industrial zone here, but I will obviously connect up to the existing network, and I think also in the middle of the highway it would be completely make sense to have one water pipeline helping the city services here. Yeah, it should be all good. It's all served well. I think except for the college area, and I know there are a few paths that I could utilize to extend my network here, but also there, because I want to make sure that everything's covered right away. As soon as I start extending that, I might miss it again. So as you can see, my city is growing quite rapidly now, or at least from my standpoint it's growing quite rapidly, because the first couple of episodes it was kind of a struggle here and there to get as many citizens as possible into town, and then dealing with traffic issues. And again, I do seem to have another traffic issue here that I wasn't really aware of, so I'm back to making sure that this is a priority road, kind of, that people can enter the crossing as soon as they want or have to. Also want to make sure that there are traffic lights. Okay, no traffic lights here, please. And also, there aren't any traffic lights. There are none. So let's see where things are going. So I'm speeding it up slightly, and again, there should not be any traffic lights at all, because that won't help with letting enough cars into town. And here, what do we have? Oh, we have a difficult crossing here with lots of citizens using that as a walkway, which is completely understandable. Just need to make sure that I have the respective settings here in place, so that doesn't need to stop. You don't need to stop. So I want to get some flow in here, some kind of flow. You can move, you can move, you can move. Well, everyone would say, yeah, don't do that. Honestly, I experienced like some of the traffic already cleared up, and some of the traffic is maybe having a harder time getting straight into town. But we'll see. We'll see how things are evolving. And I think now I'm running into another issue here, which is it isn't so annoying, but it's a bit annoying. And it's based on the fact that like this direction here coming into town is now becoming most likely the essential connection to everything that happens over here. And since I have a lot of people moving in, I not only might need, but I definitely will need another intersection. I wanted to establish one here. There, the next one is there. So it's very close from one intersection to the next one. But still, I would need probably one somewhere in between here. So let me check and see whether I can do some weird planning here. Let's only use the angle, or 90 degrees down would look quite nice. Yeah, and obviously not with. So what kind of intersection am I building? That's always one of those questions. You might regret it later. I could use a T intersection. But let me just check and see what kind of intersections we have. Small roundabout, yeah, that doesn't really help. It's the classic three-way T intersection that like comes with the game, but that's not helpful at all. Because obviously I don't want to have that. I just want to have a suitable on and off ramp construction that would support further developments. And I also, to be completely honest, I also think that it's currently not that important how well. Okay, I'm adding in that here just as to help aligns. It's currently not that important how well this intersection is working. Not yet, I would say. But in the future, it might be, or it probably will be. So I'm extending. I have one intersection in my mind that I want to build, and hopefully I can get things together. Yeah, so what I'm trying to do now is I also need everything here, road guidelines and whatnot. So I need to change that. Six units, at least 9, if not 12. 9 units. Six units. And 9 units down. Back down to the ground level. Now I already made a mistake. Because 9 is a little bit too less for what I'm planning to do. So I think 12 units is better. Units should be better. Yeah, kind of is. And I think another step. And I'm sorry for the back and forth here. So I'm, as you can see, I'm changing that a little. Can I go 4 units out? Maybe that much. 8 units enough? Yeah, 8 units should be enough for my plan here. 12 down. 12 down. That makes sense. So now I can connect you guys up here. Just a slight curve, because now I have enough room to improve things, and I don't want to do the same mistake again that I did before with the first intersection. So I have 10 by 10. Let's see, 10 by 10 units. It's probably not enough here. It was a bit too sloppy with my nodes here. Units here, 10 units down. So I'm trying something now. Yeah, I'll be back for you in a little bit, and I'll explain to you my plan later. So I'm back again now after this kind of massive construction. I'll let the traffic run for a little bit because I want to get a basic understanding whether cars get it or whether they don't get it. I'm slightly worried, and I think this is something I'm going to change right now. No, it should be okay. I was a bit worried about this connection here. Because I didn't see a proper intersection here. So now I think I can let things run here for a bit and see whether cars start using this or not. There, from the left there already comes the first car. Because I think for some of the citizens and some of the traffic it might make sense to use this intersection instead. It's huge, it's massive, but I love to let you know my thoughts behind it. So there's a reason. Okay, obviously I do have an overpath here. It's nothing sophisticated so far, not at all, far from it. The reason why I'm having, why I let this way out here is to make sure that I'm not having two intersections here too close on top of the highway, because then I might be running again into the same issues that I had before, and I don't want to experience that again. So I decided to go for, you could go there, you can go downtown, but if you need to go to the other direction, you could follow straight, you could go there. Should I only allow right turns and left turns then? Yeah, that's something I could maybe introduce, because right now that does not really make sense. To have that off-ramp. And probably even this here. Well, let me think about that later. As soon as the traffic gets more and more here, I might think about it. So the only thing I'm changing for now are a few minor things. I don't want to have any traffic lights here. Okay, parking should be forbidden everywhere here. So hopefully I don't have to worry about this. No, I don't. So no parking is allowed here. Forgot to move those two trees here out of the way. With the help of the Move It mod, thanks here. Yeah, and also the lane management is right, because there are 3 lanes coming in, 2 lanes, 2 lane, 2 lane, 2 lane, 2 lane, 3 lane. It gets back to 3 lanes. Yeah, so that should be good. And the traffic is getting slightly more here. It's not a bad interchange, isn't it? Looks kind of weird. Maybe I have to redo some of the on and off ramps here, because I honestly believe some are not necessary, but that might change as soon as I'm changing my roads here to more like one-way roads. Then it could make sense. And now here the traffic is piling up, so I need to make sure that this interchange does not have any traffic lights. Also want to make sure that You guys can move, you guys can move, everyone can move. No U-turns allowed, that makes sense. Yes, and that should be it already. I think with the incoming traffic it shouldn't be too worse. Yeah, they are just slightly stopping whenever traffic comes here. So that should remove at least some of the pressure from over here. But that is still a busy road here, busy corner. And I was thinking about introducing 2 off-ramps, 1 on-ramp, 1 off-ramp here, but that's something I have to see because obviously I want to get rid of this service zone here. That will be removed in a little bit anyway. And for now, again, residential demand keeps being as high as possible, as high as it can be. So we'll see, or we'll soon experience how things are building up here. And that intersection is, yeah, not yet too busy, but it's a bit busier now. But that's good, because I'm separating the traffic here. Which is amazing. When I should be able to buy a new district here. So let me think. I pretty much covered most of my central area, but I only can buy, I guess, 1. So the kind of square I'm choosing now could be essential to any further plannings. And the interesting part here, like, I haven't even talked railroad networks. Those are coming in from here. Oh, that's far off the grid, but I could use it for industrial only. Probably, maybe a good idea, and just not use any railroads in town. Which brings me, yeah, I'll wait with the purchase for now. So I did this rebuild in that short episode here. Not the rebuild, but I did this build of the intersection. And I also extended some of my main collector roads further east to be able to get more residential zones here, but also introducing that kind of the Foggy Garden here. I have enough. I just don't have enough visitors yet, so that's something I can wait for. So to introduce that Foggy Garden here. Okay, good. Whatever. I have a couple of new university buildings, so I am stopping that here, and I think this should end also my episode. So I want to make sure trade school. I already don't have yeah, I do have the study hall. I have the book club. Is there anything else I can put down, or was it just a slight misunderstanding? Yeah, the police academy. Something new I can introduce here. Maybe I'll put it really close to the trade school. Oh, Is it again? Another? I'm sorry. I gotta remove this. Yeah, I gotta remove that because I obviously don't need 2 of those. And I think I just missed. Oh, the police academy is really huge. Whoa. Okay, I think I should put it down on the roadside here. Because that's a freaking huge building. So, and the interesting part actually is when you add such a huge college building here or university building, it won't be enough. Like at a later stage, when you're reaching about 100k citizens, and yeah, I don't want to be philosophic right at the moment, but honestly, look at that town, look at those commercial areas here, look at the residential areas here. Do you really believe that there are only 9,000 citizens living in there? Or the country where I'm coming from is like, honestly, if that would be a town, it would have, I don't know, maybe 30 to 40,000 citizens, especially when they have a university. Well, but it's Cities Skylines, things are somewhat different. Either or, yeah, I can't change it, or at least I don't want to use the realistic population mod in this town specifically, due to the fact that I want to learn now as much as I remember, and even more than that, when I started, when I played Cities Skylines very, very extensively 1.5 years ago. I want to get back to that level to get a better understanding of how well Cities Skylines 2 actually changed the game. And yeah, this is the reason why I'm doing all this right now, to be honest. Back to the topic, adding the police academy. It's a huge thing. And honestly, I'm not yet prepared for that. I'm now thinking about even extending this college area further, but that's something I have to see. And maybe that's something also the city planners of Springvalley have to decide at a later stage, like when the city grows even more, and maybe even out of those downtown area restrictions here into the suburbs and into the countryside. I don't know how this part here evolves or how this will evolve over time, but we'll see. So yeah, without any further ado, and I think it's time to end this episode, so I wanted to thank you for joining me today here in my city of Springvalley. I'm Ben, and I'm the CityBuilder on YouTube here. Taking things a little bit slow here and there, but still, I hope that I can bring you some value, that you can learn some things, even though that I'm sometimes not as specific and as not as detailed as some of the other city builders out there are or potentially are. So I wanted to thank you for joining me again. I hope you're doing well. I hope you enjoyed this new episode here. And yeah, if you haven't subscribed yet to my channel, if you haven't left me a like, if you haven't commented yet, I would be more than happy to get your feedback, get to know what you appreciate, what you don't like, what you would like me to change here. And I'm more than happy to incorporate that. In the next episode, I promise I'll take care of public transport, because now it's getting essential for any further development, I believe, because otherwise I will run into massive traffic issues. So I wish you a good one, and Hope to see you soon here on my channel on YouTube. Thanks a lot for joining. Bye bye.